Founders Forum announced the biggest technology festival in history. Brent Hoberman and his promoter Jonnie Goodwin are lining up some of the hottest founders in the world right now.
Brent is just this amazing networker.
I was like properly getting calls from Rihanna, Bex, Snoop Doggy Dogg, everyone.
These guys are either completely full of shit or the smartest guys in the room.
It needed to be the greatest tech festival ever.
It's the first time that Brent and Jonnie have seemed quite cool.
Kathryn, are you sure?
Yeah.
No money, no funding. It seems Founders Forum's plans for a Founders Festival are over before it started.
Brent had told everyone he owned Richard Branson's island.
He missed his delivery slot. 2 million avocados gone to waste.
Brent Hoberman is facing 10 years in prison. Good luck with that, Brent.
I was just promoting the damn thing, right?
Where is my money, Brent? Where is my damn money?
You haven't seen anything yet.
The whole of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they were filled with these mysterious little green tiles.
The use of social media was absolute genius.
We'd never seen this much activity on LinkedIn. It's quite wonderful, actually.
Everyone was just talking about who was going to be headlining this festival.
Mark Zuckerberg, Whitney Wolf, Jeff Bezos, Michael Acton Smith.
There was going to be $100 billion of personal net worth on that island. Or $100 billion of venture debt, depending on which way you look at it.
This was the festival to be at.
For the first time ever, it looked like a Founders Forum event. Might be worth attending.
Of course, what people didn't know was why Brent was putting on Founders Festival.
Brent had this idea that he could take artificial intelligence and apply it to entrepreneurialism. Basically, eliminate the founders and have a startup that creates startups.
No more board meetings, VC pitches, bullshit, no more sustainable, blah, blah, blah.
Also, Brent had always been the background guy, never the face of an idea. You look at the charisma of your Whitney Wolfs or Richard Bransons and yeah, I just think that really got to him over the years.
Without any need for a founder, this app would automatically tap into the consumer zeitgeist, figure out what kind of technology people wanted in their life, and then autonomously develop it.
It was genius. The issue was Brent needed money to build it. And to find money, he needed someone who really liked money.
So Brent asked me to be his finance director back in 2018, and it became clear very quickly that he had no idea how to run a business or even do basic arithmetic. I calculated that the company would need £100 million, but Brent was very clear he didn't want any VCs taking shares or control. It had to be straight up cash, no strings.
So George came up with this idea to put on a one-off tech festival, the best the world had ever seen.
The best tech entrepreneurs in the world, mixed with top musical talent, one-off experiences, great food, all on a tropical island.
So George told us to sell these tickets at ludicrously high prices to fund the tech development. It's the kind of efficient economics you'd expect from a man with 12 jobs.
To raise that kind of cash and to justify these kinds of prices, he needed the best promo video in the world.
So I get this call from Brent. Brent never goes around asking you for anything, does he?
To be honest, having the Director General of the BBC shoot the promo film felt excessive.
We arrived on this beautiful island. I mean, white sandy beaches, crystal waters, and just all these mega tech innovators.
Sean Parker, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Whitney Wolf.
I remember chasing Bill on a jet ski, going for a tracking shot, and then hitting this huge wave, and I've still got the scars to show for it.
Brent's decisions were starting to cause major problems.
So Brent came to me and he asked if I would book talent for the event. I've never booked talent. So I just scrolled through Spotify and I picked all the bands that I'd never heard of, assuming that those would be the coolest.
I remember looking at the lineup and thinking this Founders Festival is going to be #epic. You had Mumford & Sons, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Honestly, I couldn't wait. I mean, I started planning my outfits months in advance.
Brent was billing it that he could get anyone to headline, but there's no way Beyonce is going to play. Not even sure he knows who she is.
So we went from Beyonce to...
Is the light good? Yeah. You sure? So Brent called me up and asked us to play this nerd festival. Now that's not the kind of thing we normally do, but as it was Brent, we thought, all right, we'll consider it.
There wasn't actually a budget for booking talent as such. So Brent just gave me his Monzo card and told me to get on with it.
We don't usually get out of bed for less than 7 figures, but an 8-figure offer? And we said, yeah, we'll do it.
That was certainly the point where we took procurement decisions away from Brent.
The headline acts were booked, all the tickets were sold.
Now we needed the world's greatest venue.
So he was obsessed with Richard Branson's island.
The issue was, Richard wasn't speaking to Brent, because Brent had broken Richard's kiteboard the summer before. It was a sad day, actually.
Brent called me up and said, I need you to broker this deal with Richard for the island. I think his exact words, Jimmy, we need you to take a big one for the team. Of course, I knew what he meant. I literally drove home, took a shower, drank some mouthwash, ready to go and take one for the team. That was a low point.
So it was clear we were never going to get NECA, but there was just no going back on this promise.
We needed the next best thing to Richard Branson's island paradise.
I hopped onto lastminute.com and got a most fantastic deal.
This is the reality of Founders Festival, you know. No island. We're in bloody Watford.
Every day, Brent was calling in more and more favours. He just wouldn't take no for an answer.
How many king prawn and mayonnaise sandwiches can I deliver to Watford Junction? I said, Brent, for a start, mate, it's not me that drives the vans. That's not a scalable business.
Prawns, crab sticks, fish cakes. He just thought, put enough seafood in there, people will think they're on an island.
He set up 5,000 new email addresses, 5,000 new accounts, used new customer acquisition vouchers and got 75% off each of them. Fucking cheapskate.
So I was brought in as, I suppose, lead designer. You could tell it was quite late on. The brief we had was to create a kind of secluded, idyllic, like a desert island, the feeling that you could really immerse yourself somewhere. And I couldn't help myself. My heart leapt. I really thought there's something we can do here.
So everyone arrives at Founders Festival and it's like a scene from Game of Thrones. This is clearly not Richard Branson's island.
People were getting really stressed. There was like only one Tesla charge point.
The only thing to eat was prawn mayonnaise sandwiches. It was a joke.
This is going to be worse than Davos. I mean, at least in Davos you can go skiing afterwards.
Well, truth be told, Founders Festival was a f***ing shit show.
People are asking, where's Brent? They want his blood.
I started a $100 million class action lawsuit against Hoberman and Goodwin, predominantly for false advertising and emotional distress by forcing us to stay in Watford.
I had absolutely nothing to do with it. I'd never met this Brent chap before in my life.
In the end, it was truly sad. He had this mounting class action lawsuit against him, this canyon of debt. The entire team around him had disappeared. In a situation like that, who do you turn to?
Hi, I'm Brent Hoberman, your new cellmate.
Elizabeth Holmes, nice to meet you.
Intrigued to meet you. I think we're going to get on well.
I think think his exact words, Jimmy, we need you to take a big one for the team. I got to his office, fully prepared. I can't say this.
So I hopped onto lastminute.com and got the most fantastic deal. And yes, I was as completely stunned as you are to discover that lastminute.com still exists in the 21st century, but it's still there. Who knew?
My bank account ain't empty and I paid all my bills. Had my situation turned upside down to chill.
Asking me to make a promo film. I am a little busy, you know, running the BBC, but I thought, look, let's cancel the board. Someone else can go to the palace rather than me. BAFTAs, schmafters, well, there's always next year.
200 on the dash in the cam, on the gram, flashback to learning how to drive in mama van.
You know he's not going to get away with it.
Yeah, well, we've heard some pretty bad things about him.
Yeah, no, it's shocking what he's done to people.
Yeah, shocking. I feel for you, mate.
No, it's my pleasure being here to do this today. I can tell you.
I appreciate it.
Just breathe in nice and slow. Feel that negative energy leave your body. Namaste.